It's 6. No, it's 5:59. It's 5:59 a.m. And I just finished watching a movie that was pretty heavy duty, very very heavy duty, um, about artists and the downside of an artist and actually a failure of an artist. And I have, but it was unique. That shit's called Ryan. Ryan. And Chris Landreth. I remember being in New York and seeing those animations, and his stuff was so great. And he was basically an engineer, and he became an artist. But he obviously is an artist, and his budget for Ryan was like $1 million, and his previous work had won awards, but he had a direct relationship with SGI at the time, which is now owned by Autodesk. And I saw Ryan, a very touching story. I mean, when an animation can touch your heart or make you drop tears, it's a pretty amazing story. And but but the true heart of it was amazing, and what this guy did. And but I'm at a cusp in my life, and I've been there several times. And I was just reading this. I'm getting ready to go to church, but like I mentioned about in this other video about angel food, sometimes we get tired. And Elijah, I've been trying to study that because I'm at a point where I'm tired. I've been working 7 years, and this cat, Ryan, he got to this point in his life where he literally just couldn't take it, and he just bowed out. And he had won Academy Awards and stuff, or had been nominated. But and he was like frustrated, and people were stealing his work, stealing his ideals, and he wasn't getting money, and that can hurt you. It can really hurt you. It can make you stop working, and I know it has done that to me once before. But I was like really blessed because at the same time that happened, I mean, it's happened a number of times, and this is what this guy was going through. And other people can't relate to it or whatever. You want to call people arrogant, whatever. But I also know artists who just, even here in Buffalo, were great, who I admire, and just didn't continue. It just got one of those knocks that, bam, they just couldn't get up from. And it was really interesting because Chris had lost his mother, and that could take the really, you lose part of your soul, and even Ryan had lost his brother, and it was really, it could take the wind out of your sails, those kind of things. But I was just reading this guy, the comment came to me earlier, and that's why I'm always thankful. YouTube is a good thing. I was at the barber, and I talked about how great YouTube was, that you can learn so much stuff. But this guy, this one artist, I think, like as Frodo said, or Peter Jackson movie, he says one of the reasons why he wanted to see Frodo, this decrepit, overtaken soul, succeed or come back from the depths of its torment, was because he wanted to know that he could, that him being in the same situation, that he could one day return, that there was hope for him. And so, I could see like the high apex of the story between Ryan and Chris. He was like trying to tell him, man, reach, just grab on my hand, hold on to something. I just want you to come out of this, you know. And the reverse is, so what happened is Ryan said, yeah, and just tore him up, you know, just attacked him and just doused his hope. And it's just, you know, to deal with that. But being that I'm in that situation, and that I have, and again, when I answered Lisa Murray's question, is that, you know, to look, I tell you, man, I've been, let me say this. There's somebody wrote me an email, or not an email, but answered on one of my ZBrush contests, and I didn't finish the contest. You know, I haven't worked on that character, you know, and I'm at the cusp of this, like, you know, am I going to be a filmmaker? Am I actually, you know, I got the equipment, I did the work, I still have my struggles, my problems, my situations, you know, I don't mention them too much, but, you know, environmentally, you know, money and things like that, and other things, emotional situations that can be real dampeners, you know, really roadblocks, really, and that other people have not gotten over. And so, you know, it's like all of a sudden you're looking up at the mountain and and you say, after you know, you're tired after coming up, and you say, you know, why? You know, am I going to do this, or can I do this, or I don't want to do this, or as Frodo said, I can't do this anymore, you know. But, you know, I signed on, and I just got this email earlier today from this message that somebody commented on my ZBrush character that I did, that I never finished, as I mentioned earlier. But he said, I really thank him for this, because he said for my work to me, you know, and I say, like, you know, it's hard. I know that encouragement and people believe in you and helping you is like a huge thing. Like, my niece wants to go to be a lawyer. And if she doesn't get help, it's just going to be that much harder. She can make it if she has faith and hope, you know. But it's hard when you don't have somebody just giving you a little push, you know. But but I know the power of encouragement. I'll tell you the story about how you know, some people can jump farther, leap farther if you just encourage them. That's all. But it's hard when you never get it. But this one person wrote, and this is from on my character, my ZBrush character that I did. Y'all know about that. And it says, I only hope I can learn to model like this one day. I'm at a, you know, that just amazed me, you know. And I'm at this cusp, you know, and knowing that I'm not the best, you know, but I got some things, you know. But I'm at this cusp in my life where I need to decide between having a stable job and I'm not happy with, and doing it for the rest of my life, or pursuing what I really want to do. That's a decision you can only make, but because you're gonna be the only one who has to live with the results of it. But I've been here, which is the thing that I conceptual design and character modeling. My background is in graphics, and it just made me realize that I have made that decision, and to actually see somebody at that point and realizing that you can make it. Like, I'm a testimony that you can do it. Okay, so if you're gonna do it, know one thing: it can be done. Because if I did it, and for the fact that you're looking at my work and saying, "Oh, a character model," I remember the day when I was in a cushy. First, one thing. I remember the day when I had to go to when I had a choice of whether I was gonna try to impress my girlfriend of 5 years, and we were breaking up, and try to stay with her and have this correction officer job that I had passed the test for. I got a 92. Whether I was gonna go for that or leave town with this girl that came out of nowhere, looked just like Beyonce. She was a singer and everything. Beyonce's eyes, voice, and came out of nowhere and said, "I live near New York. You can come with me. And she said to me, do you want to be an artist or do you want to be a correction officer? And I made the choice, and it was horrible because I couldn't even make it. I couldn't even do it. Even though I made the choice, I couldn't pack. I was just stalled. But I did decide to go. My friends packed me, and I'm so grateful to them. But I went to New York and I made it. I barely talk to them anymore now that I've come back. I'm a little heartbroken behind that. But a lot of them haven't pursued their dreams or haven't made it. But once 5, 6, 7 years later, then I had to make the choice again whether I'm going to be a character model or a computer graphics person. And so I made that choice 7 years ago, and now I had somebody saying, wow, I wish I was a character model or designer like you. So, like I said, that angel food, that celebration, when we realize that, we need to celebrate, that's my only little bit of celebration right here that really just told me, like, hey, sometimes we do all this and other things keep coming at you and you never get to celebrate it. So I finally can say, okay, I did do it. So now my decision is, am I really going to be a filmmaker? Can I really climb that mountain again? And I just look back and say, my future is forward. And I've already done those things. So whether I make it or not, I'm still going to try, But I have made it. So I'm running on a pretty good track record. And I will make it as a film director. Regardless, I know it's always more to it than what you realize. I'm telling you, I know from what I've been through New York and the road ahead, there's a famous artist. And if I could ever do a movie like Ryan, I would do it of this guy named Bill Cooper, who trained me as a kid. And he said to me, I remember he even gave me a studio. He said, you want to be an artist, huh? He had a great voice. He was a teacher and an entrepreneur and just very self-aware of his Afrocentricity. And he says, you want to be an artist? And he shook his head and did like Lurch. But really, I understand now, but I never, ever, ever, ever regret it. And even Ryan, he had found that happy place. It's not the place he wanted to be. And, and that Chris, he uses art in the greatest way to help and pull somebody up. But sometimes helping pulling somebody up, you pull yourself up. And you see where you shouldn't go or where not to go. And so, it's given me a little hope and faith. So I have to thank you, D Lux 368. It really, truly, truly helped me make this decision this morning, especially after I finished watching that movie. So God bless you and whatever you decide. And I hope that you can be encouraged. But whatever you decide, I'm pretty sure you won't regret it, no matter what, So God bless. And, I added one thing. Really? You said one thing and you said it. I only hope. That's all you got to do, man, is only hope. Only believe. Okay, God bless you. Love you all.